Okay, you know, one thing I've noticed lately is this. This has been a huge debate about who the best defender of all time is. Right? Okay, cool. In my opinion, I say Paolo Maldini is the best defender I've ever seen. I've ever seen on the pitch. Honestly, he has to be the greatest defender I've ever seen. Okay, basically, let me just give you my top 5 defenders of all time. Number 1 has to be Paolo Maldini. Number 2 has to be Carlos Puyol. Number 3, Fabio Cannavaro. Number 4, I have to give it to Sergio Ramos. Number 5, I'm gonna have to say Chiellini. Now let me tell you why. I have Sergio Ramos in my top 5. A lot of people say that Sergio Ramos doesn't deserve to be a world-class defender because he's irrational, this and that. He has so many red cards and stuff like that. Okay, cool. And the argument that you can make about Sergio Ramos is this. His trophy cabinet cannot be compared to most people because this guy has won almost everything. But putting that aside, does it matter what silverware you have won instead of your performance on the pitch? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, let's look at Sergio Ramos defending, all right? Defending alone. Would you consider Sergio Ramos the best to ever do it? My thing is this. Sergio Ramos was playing as a right back before he was converted into a centre back, right? Okay, cool. And now, in centre back, he's still good. So you can place Sergio Ramos anywhere in defense, whether it's attacking defender or is it fullback or centre half or whatever. He's good in any of those positions. But then if you take guys like Paolo Maldini, you replace them in the right back position or left back position, they won't be as potent. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, you could argue that Sergio Ramos belongs to that list. But then again, you ask yourself, when it comes to tackling alone, defending alone, making the right decisions, do you think that Sergio Ramos is one of the best defenders of all time? Man, it's kind of hard to argue that this guy does not belong in the elite list of all time defenders. You know what I mean? Because guys like, for me, guys like Rio Ferdinand. For me, in my opinion, Rio Ferdinand was world class when he had the cornrows. You remember that? The Rio Ferdinand with the cornrows. That guy could defend. But then his prime didn't last long. But anyways, back to the topic. Man, with guys like Carlos Puyol, I can't argue that these guys were world-class defenders. But with Sergio Ramos, man, it's debatable. It's debatable for real. I think it's because that of the records, that he's irrational. He can lose his temper quickly on the field. We've seen that. You remember the 5-0 against Barcelona, him kicking Messi, fighting his Spanish teammates and all that. So I think that also plays a part. Hey man, but I do have Sergio Ramos in my top 5, honestly, and that's not mostly based on the trophies that he's won. It's based on the decision that I've seen him make on the pitch. He's influential, man. He's a warrior. This guy will do anything to win under no circumstances. You know what I'm saying? This guy is a warrior, man. He will do anything to win. So definitely, I do have him in my top 5 as the best defenders of all time. You know, and this guy is pacey. He has pace. He has great heading ability. Defending alone, he might not be the greatest defending alone, but when you put everything together, this guy is the best as they come. You know, so I just think, because now I was watching ESPN FC, right? I saw that this guy Steve Nicol, he tends to take a dig at Sergio Ramos every chance that he gets. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he should just stop it. And to him, it's always going to be the Liverpool players like Virgil van Dijk. How the hell is Virgil van Dijk going to be one of the best defenders of all time? This guy